everyone, welcome to today's lesson. Today we'll be learning about changes of state. How can solid change to liquid and how can a liquid change back to solid? Solids like ice, you could also have metals and other solid materials can be changed to liquid. Now, if the solid is ice, it can change to water. For metals, they melt into their liquid constituents. Now, solid like ice changes to liquid, and liquids can also change to gases. In the case of water, it can change to water vapor. So, solid can change to liquid, and liquid can change to gas. Ice can change to water, and water can also change to water vapor. Now, can gases change back to liquid, and can liquid change back to solid? Yes, gases can change back to liquids. Now, water vapor can be condensed and changed back to water, and liquids can change back to solid. That is, water can also change back to ice. Now, today we'll be focusing just on solids changing to liquid and liquid changing back to solids. And we'll be using ice in this lesson. Now, we have ice cubes, but we want to know how it can be changed to liquid. Now, when we heat ice, it changes to water, and that process is called melting. When we increase the temperature in a room or in a place, solids like ice begins to change from solid to liquid. Now, when we increase the heat, maybe in an environment making it very hot, the molecules begins to gain energy. The molecules begins to gain energy. They are now stronger because they receive energy from that heat, and they want to move very fast. And in the course of trying to move, they change to liquid. That is, they begin to give spaces between each other, and the more the space, the more they become free. They change from being solids that are closely packed together to liquids that are loosely packed together. Now, how can we increase the temperature to change solids to liquid, solids like ice to liquid? Now, we could do that by using a candle. At home, maybe you have a cube of ice and you want to just melt it to carry out this test. You can light up the candle and just place the ice cubes close to it. You find out that the ice begins to melt. You could also place the cubes of ice under the sun, and you also notice the same thing. The solid begins to change to liquid, ice begins to change to water. You could also use your stove. When you place this ice maybe in a pot and you put on the stove and put it on the stove, you notice that the solids begin to change to liquid. Ice begins to change to water. You could also use the electric cooker, a heater, maybe a pressure pot. This is what you use maybe to cook your rice or something. Whenever you put solid materials like ice, you notice they begin to change to liquid, to water. Now, let's move on. When you change solids to liquid, can liquid change back to solid? Yes. Now, water could also change back to ice. That means solids can change to liquids and liquids can change to solids. Now, how can water change to ice, and what is the name of this process? It's called freezing. Freezing is the process of changing water or liquids to solid, water to ice, and this happens when you make the environment very cold. Now, don't forget, changing solids to liquid, you have to make the environment very hot. But changing liquids to solids, water to ice, you have to make the environment very cold. And when the environment is very cold, these molecules lose the energy they have, and they now come back together and become tight, closely packed together. Now, one of the ways we could freeze liquids and turn them back to solids is using the refrigerator. Now, the refrigerator, whenever you put your hands in the refrigerator, you notice they are very cold. Yes, because the temperature is low, and this helps to change those liquids to solids by ensuring that the molecules lose their energy. Whenever molecules lose their energy, they come together, and coming together now helps them to become solids back. Probably they were solids, but they were heated and changed to liquid. Cooling them, putting them in a refrigerator or other cooling machines, brings them back together and they become solid. As we say in water, water is freezed and it turns to ice. Now, here's an activity for you. List 2 instruments in your house that can be used to change solids to liquids. 2 instruments that you could use to change solids to liquids. It could be a solid like ice or any other solid. 2 instruments you could use to change solids to liquid, and they should be in your house. You should look around, go to the kitchen and look around and tell me 2 solids, 2 instruments you could use to change solids to liquids. Number 2, list 1 instrument in your house that can be used to change liquids to solid. 1 instrument in your house that you could use to change liquids to solids. Any liquid, probably a juice or water. Tell me an instrument that you know is very common at home and you're using it to change liquids to solids. Thank you for watching today's lesson. I hope you learned a lot. I'd love to see you in the next lesson. Bye bye.